What's going on, guys? Guys? What's going on? Can you hear me? I think you can. Alright, what are we doing? What are we doing, guys? What the fuck is going on? We're going to create some logos. With Stable Assistant and see what we can come up with. Alright, we're generating some logos to see what is possible with the Stable Assistant. So let's pick two. Let's pick two different. Yeah, let's pick. Let me just lower the volume. Let's pick two different things. Two different. Alright, so we're going to generate some images for, let's stick with our with the coffee shop and for a local bookstore. And then see what is possible with Stable Assistant. Let's see, alright, so let's say circular logo, coffee shop, small local coffee shop, what do we want to, let's see, coffee shop. I'm just looking for inspiration so I can kind of imagine the prompt that I want to put in. Alright, let's look at these. Well, these are the coffee logos. I'm saying coffee shop logos. There we go. Coffee shop. That's interesting. Actually pretty basic. Small coffee shop logo. White coffee cup with brown with brimming with coffee. I'm just using this as an example, right? Where did that go? Let's close this. There's something here that I just, oh, this one right here. Small neighborhood background, sketched, local and futuristic design. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what Stable Assistant generates for us. Okay. Oh, okay, that's not bad actually. Let's regenerate it. Let's actually do search and replace. Oh, I really like this. Let's regenerate it one more time. All right. Oh, why is my BRB still on? It should be off. All right, there we go. I really like this. Okay, let's see what we can do back here. Background with city skyline. All right, let's see what is possible. If I just replace the background with the city skyline. Excuse me. Interesting. Didn't exactly do search and replace background. No, not background. See, what was it? Small town neighborhood with let's say metro city skyline. Let's see what this does. I wonder if I can put up some Punjabi music without it getting copy struck. Should I try it? What do you guys think? Put up some Punjabi music in the background and see what we can get away with. Oh, hey, there you go. It worked. Very nice. All right. Let us do one thing. Image upscale. Let's zoom out. This is fine. We're going to add it into a Google Sheet. All right, just to see what we did. It's zooming out. So this is actually interesting. I actually want to create versions of this. I'm regenerating this to see what happens. It generated the version, but actually I want to extend it out. Zoom out. Let's just double it. All right, let's just do. Doesn't matter. Close to it. Want to see what we can actually zoom out of. Alright, so I had also kicked off another. Oh, this is really good, man. Alright, so this is excellent. I actually really like it. Let's see, what else can we generate? I'm based out of Philadelphia. Can we generate something interesting that has Philadelphia theme in it? Right, so circular logo, local coffee shop, based in Philadelphia. Artsy sketch coffee mug. It's filled coffee, full coffee mug, small neighborhood. Now we're actually going to do Philadelphia city skyline in the background. All right, let's see what happens now. And just so you don't know, we're using Stable Assistant from Stable Diffusion for Stability AI to, oh, that's actually good. Let's create a new version of it. But yeah, so Stable Diffusion, Stable Assistant from Stability AI to generate these images. That's what we're doing. I hate this. Let's see. Oh, because I'm using a mug. Let's see, what are coffee cups called? Like, what are their actual names? Is there something? Um, like, what are these ones called? Cups name. Right, I'm thinking about these ones. Oh, let's do cappuccino. Let's see what that does. Cappuccino. Okay. Futuristic design. We're going to add cozy here as well. See what happens. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I am looking for, oops. Cappuccino cup, maybe? Nescafe. What are they called? The cappuccino. Oh, I just picked the wrong one. I was looking for the ball, maybe? Still using mug. Let's do. Let's see. Oh. Might have to start a new chat. There we go. I don't hate it. But I like this more, where it's more prominent. Oh, sorry, it's less prominent, the cup. It just looks like shit. Like literal shit. I need the names of these cups, man. Like, what are they called? Like white base cups? Cappuccino. Coffee, white base, mug. Fuck off, pixels. con leche, cappuccino. Let's see. I'm going to keep generating images, see what we can create. What did I add here? Circular long and small local coffee shop, white coffee cup brimming with coffee. Okay, maybe I need to circular logo, local coffee shop. Maybe it's the artsy part. Small cappuccino cup. Okay, futuristic design. Okay, let's see. I think maybe my prompt was not good enough. Let's try this again. Okay, that's not bad. I still don't like this. I'll be very honest with you. I actually really like this one. Actually, I really like. So let's see. Okay, let's generate. Let's get rid of you and you. All right, so we're going to generate some coffee mugs just for comparison. So I'm going to copy this image, paste it right here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I think it's probably generating this image right here. Okay, so we're going to do search and replace. Small city, small town homes. I'm going to replace it with New York City skyline. What we're going to do is we're going to make this more of the featured one. Let's see. Perhaps not. Right, because we actually want to show this working on the same size. It's not the best. Okay. Regenerate this. Houses and mountain. Right, small town. Houses, mountain, and replace it with big city skyline. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it can generate this. It did generate it before. We can always just tell the story with the older images that I generated and see what that does. It's always possible. Yeah. All right. So this is what I had already generated. All right. So we started off with this image. So we're going to use. Well, actually, yeah, that's fine. That's the image we're using. All right. I was generating the wrong image anyway. So. And then we're going to add the, so this is the original image. And then we replaced this with the city background. See, that's what I'm saying. This probably needs to be like this. All right. Let's see what this looks like. And then we want to add the one where we extended it. Right. So let's copy image and paste it here. Okay. Prompt was very simple. Whoop, sorry. Okay. Used to this. There we go. We're going to add a text block. Logo for a local coffee shop. All right, so we're going to do original. Okay. Let's reduce this. And let's reduce this by 2 as well. Okay, let's see what this looks like. And then zoomed out. Okay. I'm going to drop this out as well. We're going to make this 16. Okay, and we're going to make this this. Okay, and do this. We're going to add a text block for prompt, which is very simple. Prompt can spell. And we're going to just copy paste this prompt, which is this. Let's drop this down to 12. Down to this. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, cool. That's one down. So now we're going to try to generate some logos for a local bookstore. Circular logo, local community. Bookstore, cozy, community, let's see. Let's see. Let us see. It's generating another image. Say bookstore. Let's see. Let's add bookshelves. Female reader, female looking, reading a book, cozy, community, logo for a local black-owned bookstore, bookshelves, female. Let's see. What gets generated now? Just like such weird knowledge that I end up picking up. For example, like what are different names for coffee cup mugs? Probably something I'm never going to use again. I wonder what happens. People looking through books, zoomed out scene. Let's see. Let us see my brothers and sisters and non-binary siblings. Hey, I'm going to go check out Deadpool and Wolverine tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Hey, I like this. Wonder what happens if I just do this for our local bookstores. Wonder if I just try to keep it as basic as I could. We're going to see what happens if I just give it the most bare minimum. of a prompt, what would happen then? That is what we were going to check out. Hmm. Oh, sorry. I was going to just say local bookstore and see what happens. Oh, didn't generate the image. Let's try again. Let's see. Hey, I like this. Okay, cool. A book is too big, and there's obviously these gaps right here, so let's generate a new one. It's also interesting that it's all women, that the model has learned that men don't read, which, okay, I'm not disagreeing with the model on this. Oh, I really like this. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see, what should we replace this with? Um, Bookshelves in the background with man on a beach. I want to make it more relevant, like, you know, it's not a beach, but more like window with fantasy worlds outside, right? I think if we can generate this, this would be very good. Placed with city skyline. So we're going to make this a little bit. Move this up a little bit. Similarly with this. Let's see. All right, where were we? Maybe I did too much. Bookshelf in the background. Window looking with space outside. All right, let's see what happens now. This is really cool, but it just zoomed out or zoomed in so much. Maybe because I added zoomed out scene in there. Let's see. It shouldn't do that technically. Maybe I'm making too much of a change. Alright, so search and replace. Let's do plants with the tall lamps. This is a really good image, so I'm just trying to see what we can generate. Interesting. I'm just going to see plants with tall yellow, tall silver lamps. Let's see what happens. I think I have the image that I want. Right, so this is the image that I want. You can go away. Alright, so this is the original image. I'm going to move this up a little bit. Make this bold, put it in this color. Okay. Move it up a bit. There we go. Copy image. Okay. All right, so let's see. So we have our original image, and then we have an image where we have replaced the plants with these lamps. Images are a little bit offset. No, they're fine. And then the last thing we want to do is go back to the original image and just zoom out. Right, that's fine. Just this much we can zoom out and see what comes up. Actually, we're going to try and make it a little bit bigger. So it's same structure, zoom out. We're going to increase this to this much. Doesn't matter. We're just trying to zoom out a bit to see what it looks like. Okay, let's see. So we're waiting for this image to get, there we go. That's what I was looking for. All right. So this is what I was looking for. Story I am telling. I'll make it a little bit smaller and bring it up here. All right, so this is what we did. We started off with the image on the left, which is our original image. Then we replaced the plants with lamps. And you'll see like there's a lamp here that got replaced. And this is the zoomed out image. I think we can actually largely copy this and paste them here. Oh shit, dude. Actually, this needs to be a bit smaller. There we are. This needs to be a bit smaller. Okay, you can move here, my brother. Plants. Place with lamps. The 16. This up a bit. All right. Let's see. All right, I want to actually make this a bit. I'll actually drag this out a bit here. All right. And only so that I can copy this part. Let's make this a make this a different color like this one. And like, hey, here we go. There we go. Okay, it's fine. What we're going to do is get rid of this, copy our prompt that we gave it, which is a very simple prompt, nothing very complicated, and make this purple. All right, let's see what this looks like. I need to make this bold and purple. All right, let's see. The original image is on the left. This is a logo for a local coffee shop. Oh, what is this S doing here? Let's delete this. Okay. All right. The image for the logo is doing on the left. The middle one, we removed the background with a city skyline. And then on the right, we just zoomed it out. Similarly, this is a local bookstore. Original image is right here. Then we replaced the plants on the background with lamps. Then we zoomed it out. So that's what we did. Logo creations with SD3. Okay, I'm just going to share it with my colleague who needed it. And let's get to our, I'm going to switch the scene and switch it to our scene for today, which is that we're going to look into what llama is. The whole kind of debate about llama, or this hype about llama, is not debate, but also try out maybe a comfy UI workflow. And I'm really good with how this turned out, man. ST3 Stable Diffusion 3 is quite powerful. Let's see, where were we? Oh, let's check out. I think I got AI breakfast this week. Let's see, AI breakfast, and see what the news in AI is all about. Okay, so we're talking about llama. Here we go. Let's see what this whole kind of hype about llama is all about, or what all this hype about llama is all about, or what's going on with all the hype about llama. That's what I mean to say. We're going to read Mark Zuckerberg's letter about open source as well. I think that's a very good thing. I mean, I don't think he believes in it, but you know, it's what's good for businesses is what they're going to say. I don't know why I can't use Meta AI. So when I go do this, it says can't use Meta AI right now. It's weird. I don't know. It's fine. So I'm going to zoom in a bit. All right. This is very impressive that it expands the context length to 128K, support across 8 languages, and it's 450 parameters. 405 billion parameter. Hmm. Okay, and it has 25 partners. I believe all the llamas before this have been closed source. Wait. So it will generate. We believe that latest generation of llama will ignite new applications and modern paradigms, including synthetic data generation to enable improvement in training of smaller models as well as model distillation. As a part of this latest release, we're introducing upgraded version of the 8P and the 7D. We're introducing upgraded versions. Okay, these are multilingual and have significantly larger context length of 128K, state-of-the-art tools use, and overall stronger reasoning capabilities. This enables our latest model to support advanced use cases such as long-form text summarization, multilingual conversational agents, and coding assistants. Use cases for Llama 3.1 that can be made available. Where do I? And on Hugging Face. Okay, so it was evaluated on 150 benchmark data sets. That's quite extensive. Okay, let's see. So on math, Llama leads everything. Just zoom in a bit. I can see this table. So Llama, let's see, MMLU. I'm just looking at the ones that I already know. The math one, for sure. Let's see. Yeah, it is the main leading one across all the main other models: Nematron, GPT-4, 4 Omni, 3.5 Sonnet. In code, it's still, I mean, by just actually 3 percentage points, it's still Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Interesting. Overall, general, Llama is leading 2 out of 3 times. Interesting. Gemma, Mistral, 8 and 22B Instruct. Okay, that's performing very well. It seems to be leading in pretty much every category except for like barely missing it on ARC challenge for reasoning in against 3.5 Sonnet. Llama 3.1, 405 billion human evaluation. So in an adversarial test against humans, it wins outright about 21% of the time. 15 trillion tokens. 15 trillion tokens. That's an insane. $16,800 GPUs. Embedding, self-attention, feed-forward network, self-attention, feed-forward network. Okay. Interesting. Do they actually even use this model to improve their post-training processes for their smaller models as well? Where did it go? This is all very interesting. The Llama system. Llama models are always intended to work as part of an overall system that orchestrates several components, including calling external tools. Our vision is to go beyond the foundation models to give developers access to a broader system that gives them the flexibility to design and create custom offerings that align with their visions. That's interesting. All these companies have not been able to crack yet the profitability of these tools. So this is one of those very rare occasions when it's really the developers who are benefiting from this. So just give me a minute. All right, let's see. As part of our ongoing effort to develop AI responsibly beyond the model layer and helping others do the same, we're releasing a full reference system that includes several sample applications and includes new components such as Llama Guard 3. What is a reference system they're releasing? What? Oh, this one. Interesting. Interesting. It said there is a chat prompt, but where is it? Llama weights are available to download, so they're open source.
I know it sounds silly, dear, but do it for me, please.
Llama models offer the lowest cost per token. For an average of using model at a scale of 4 or 5 billion, challenging ways in front of significant compute resources and expertise to work with. Well, let's actually check how much are the weights. Whatever, bro. Okay, I gotta put in some information, so all you weirdos, I'm going to do this off screen. Okay, I'm bringing it back. Just a minute. Let's see. All right. Let's check in to see how much the weights actually. Settings. Oh, it's pending. Okay, interesting. All right, we'll check it at some other time, but let's see. Back to reading this. Try the Llama 3. Let's see. I'm actually curious. Llama 3.1 launch partners. I'm wondering who are the launch partners. Fucking Elon hide everything. Um, 25 partners. I'm just wondering who's actually the partners on it. Let's see. Let's just ask Perplexity that question, right? Who are the 25 launch partners for Meta Llama 3.1? Let's see. Oh, missed the end right here. Whatever. There we go. Wondering if my former employer is part of this. Verify your launch partner. Okay, so it was. Okay, it's not a full list provided. I wonder if that is. Verify Llama 3.1. Fucking Elon, man. Okay, we were going to check out Mark Zuckerberg's letter. All right. Let's also take notes here. Fuck. Fuck just happened? Why did it just become blurry? All right. Let's see. So what is it? It's almost 11:30 here. I think I'm going to call it a night after this. Just because I'm trying to start sleeping at a reasonable time. All right. That's a very good point. He's saying that Unix, when it started out, was much cheaper, more open, and then eventually, because of the community it fostered, it just became much richer, much more advanced. So I think Unix was cheaper, more pliable, more moldable, and eventually became more advanced. I gotta say, This venture that Mark Zuckerberg is on seems much more successful than his attempt at what was that stupid thing? Metaverse? Yeah, definitely seems more successful so far. A first frontier level open source model. They released three models. Well, they released 405B, but they released the updated version of 7DB and 8B. Okay, so he's hoping that Zuckerberg is hoping that the community will become large enough to become the industry standard almost. That remains to be seen. Why open source is good for developers. When I talk to developers, CEOs, and government officials across the world, I usually hear several themes. Number one, we need to train, fine-tune, and distill our own models. Every organization has different needs that are best met with the models of different sizes that are trained or fine-tuned with their specific data. On-device tasks and classification tasks require small models, while more complicated tasks require larger models. Now you'll be able to take the most advanced normal models, continue training them with your own data, then distill them down to a model of your optimal size without us or anyone else seeing your data. Well, that's true. That's a big pro of training these models on an open source way is that your data security is unmatched at that point. Like no one can really touch you, if that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense to me at least. We need to control our own destiny and not get locked into a closed vendor. Many organizations don't want to depend on the models they cannot run and control themselves. They don't want to. They don't want closed model providers to be able to change their mind, alter their terms of use, or even stop serving them entirely. They also don't want to get locked into a single cloud that has exclusive rights to a model. Open source enables a broad ecosystem of communities, of companies with compatible tool chains that you can move between easily. We need to protect our data. Many organizations handle sensitive data that they need to secure and can send to closed model cloud over cloud APIs. Other organizations simply don't trust the closed model providers with their data. Open source addresses these issues by enabling you to run the model wherever you want. It is well accepted that open source software tends to be more secure because it is more developed, because it is developed more transparently. That's true. We need a model that is efficient and affordable to run. Developers can run inference on a Llama 3.1405B on their own infra at roughly 50% of the cost for models like for GPT-4o for both user-facing and offline inference tasks. We want to invest in ecosystems in the ecosystem that's going to be standard for the long term. A lot of people see that the open source is advancing at a faster rate than closed models. and they want to build their system on the architecture that will get them the greatest advantage long term. Right, why open source is good for Meta. Meta's business model is about building the best experiences and services for people. To do this, we must ensure that we always have access to the best technology and that we're not locking into competitors' closed ecosystem where they can restrict what we build. One of my formative experiences has been building our services, constrained by what Apple will let us build on their platform, between the way they tax developers, the arbitrary rules they apply, and all the product innovations they block from shipping. It's clear that Meta and other companies would be freed up to build much better services. It's interesting, he's just straight up taking digs at Apple. Which is, I think, very justified. People are asking if I'm worried about giving up technical advantage by open sourcing Llama, but I think this misses the big picture for a few reasons. First, just a minute, got it. First, to ensure that we have access to the best technology and aren't locked into a closed ecosystem over long term, Llama needs to develop into a full ecosystem of tools, efficiency improvements, silicon optimizations, and other integrations. If we were the only company using Llama, this ecosystem wouldn't develop. Why it is good for Meta to open source. More people developing means more advancement of the tools. Okay. Okay. The path for Llama to become industry standard is by consistently being competitive, efficient, and open generation after generation. Third, a key difference between Meta and the closed model providers is that selling access to AI models isn't our business model. That means openly releasing Llama doesn't undercut our revenue. Closed model providers is that selling access to AI models isn't our business model. That means openly releasing Llama doesn't undercut our revenue sustainability or ability to invest in research like it does for closed providers. This is one of the several reasons providers consistently lobby government against open source. Finally, Meta has a long history of open source product and successes. We saved billions of dollars by releasing our server network and data centers with Open Compute Project and having supply chain standardized on our designs. We benefited from the ecosystem's innovation by open sourcing leading tools like PyTorch, React, and many more tools. This approach has consistently worked for us when we stick with it over long term. Why open source is good for the world. I believe that open source is necessary for a positive AI future. AI has more potential than any other modern technology to increase human productivity, creativity, and quality of life, and to accelerate economic growth while unlocking progress in medical and scientific research. Open source will ensure that more people around the world have access to benefits and opportunities of AI. The power isn't concentrated in the hands of a small number of companies, and the technology can be deployed even more safely across and evenly across society. That's a very nice thought, Mark. Too bad you don't actually mean it. Let's see, how long have we been streaming? An hour 19? That's not bad. I honestly didn't think I had it in me. But thankfully I did. This is an ongoing debate about the safety of open source AI models, and my view is that open source AI will be safer than alternatives. I think governments will conclude it is in their interest to support open source because it will make the world more prosperous and safer. My framework for understanding safety is that we need to protect against two categories of harm: unintentional and intentional. Unintentional harm is when an AI system may cause harm. Unintentional harm is when an AI system may cause harm even when it was not the intent of those running it to do so. For example, modern AI models may inadvertently give bad health advice More and more futuristic scenarios, some worry that models may intentionally self-replicate and hyper-optimize goals to the detriment of humanity. Intentional harm is when bad actors use AI models with the goal of causing harm. It is worth noting that unintentional harm covers the majority of concern people have around AI, ranging from what influences AI systems will have over the billion of people who use it to mostly the truly catastrophic science fiction scenarios for humanity. On this front, open source should be significantly safer since the systems are more transparent and can be widely scrutinized. Historically, open source software has been secured for this reason. Similarly, using Llama with its safety systems like Llama Guard will likely be safer and more secure than closed model. For this reason, most conversations around open source AI safety focus on intentional harm. Our safety process includes rigorous testing and red teaming to assess whether our models are capable of meaningful harm, with the goal of mitigating risk before release. Since the models are open, anyone is capable of testing for themselves. We must keep in mind that these models are trained by information that's already on the internet. So the starting point when considering harm should be whether a model can facilitate more harm than information that can quickly be retrieved from Google or other search results. But that's not true. These models are using um, information that is technically available on Google. But how many people do you actually know who go to, page number 2? Uh, Not many. See, I'm super fucking tired. When reasoning about intentional harm, it's helpful to distinguish between what individual or small scale actors may be able to do as opposed to what large scale actors like nation states with vast resources may be able to do. At some point in the future, individual backed actors may be able to use intelligence of AI models to fabricate entirely new harms with the information available on the internet. At this point, balancing power will be critical to AI safety. I think it will be better to live in a world where AI is widely deployed so large actors can check the power of smaller bad actors. This is how we have managed security in our social networks, where our more robust AI systems identify and stop threats from less sophisticated actors who often use smaller AI systems. More broadly, large institutions deploying AI at scale will promote security and stability across society. As long as everyone has access to a similar generation of model, which open source promotes, then government institutions with more compute resources will be able to check bad actors with less compute. As long as everyone has access to similar generation of models, then government institutions will be able to. Oh, I guess he's just saying like, yeah. What is the fucking point of this? The next question is how the U.S. and democratic nations should handle a threat of states with massive resources like China. The United States' advantage is decentralized and open innovation. Some people argue that we must close our models to prevent China from gaining access to them, but my view is that this will not work and will only disadvantage the US and its allies. Adversaries are great at espionage, stealing models that fit on a thumb drive is relatively easy, and most tech companies are far from operating in a way that would make this more difficult. It seems more likely that a world of only closed models results in a small number of big companies plus our geopolitical adversaries having access to leading models, while startups, universities, and small businesses miss out on the opportunities. Plus, constraining American innovation to closed development increases the chance that we don't lead at all. Instead, I think our best strategy is to build a robust open ecosystem and have our leading companies work closely with our government and allies to ensure that they can best take advantage of latest advances and achieve sustainable first mover advantage over the long term. Uh, MZ engaging in a healthy dose of great power competition. Or here's the thing, Mark. Maybe we can just not engage in open conflict. And we can just, work together with China. And China is pretty fucking advanced in AI development anyway. When you consider the opportunities ahead, remember that most of today's leading tech companies and scientific research are built on open source software. The next generation of companies and research will use open source AI if we collectively invest in it. This includes startups startups that are just getting off the ground, as well as people in universities and in countries that may not have resources to develop what state of the art scratch. The bottom line is that open source AI represents the world's best shot at harnessing technology to create greatest economic opportunity. Let's build this together. With past Llama models meta develop them for ourselves and then release them, but didn't focus on building a broader ecosystem. We're taking a different approach with this release. We're building teams internally to enable as many developers and partners as possible to use Llama, and we're actively building partnerships so that more companies in the ecosystem can offer unique functionality to their customers as well. I believe that Llama 3.1 release will be an inflection point in the industry where most developers begin to primarily use open source, and I expect that approach will only grow from there. I hope you'll join us on this journey to bring the benefit of AI to everyone. A pretty decent, pretty decent uh, letter. Okay, cool. So we did this. Anyways, we're going through AI breakfast. Okay, we're checking this out. Alright, brothers and sisters and my non-binary siblings. This is it for me for today. I gotta log off. I am going to be checking out Deadpool and Wolverine tomorrow. So I shall be back hopefully tomorrow. Actually, I'm just thinking about things, logistics of it. I probably will not be streaming tomorrow because I will be coming back from that theater probably around this time. Yeah, I won't be streaming tomorrow, so I'll most likely see you guys on Saturday. A little bit earlier, I haven't decided the time yet. But make sure to follow me on Saturday. We'll go back to learning about AI, using Stable Diffusion, Comfy UI, etc., etc. But if you joined me today, thank you so much.